Lance Felshik here for Cinemacon 2025. We are 3 days in and just got out of the Universal Focus panel. First thing they showed us that I found quite interesting was a produced, I should say, by Mr. Jordan Peele, starring Tyreek Withers and Marlon Wayans. First thoughts on him. Going into it thinking it was going to be some football drama, what I got was whiplash with the devil. Quick little teaser, not too much. Devil imagery, super interesting shot compositions. I'm talking wide-angle lenses, super up close. Weird shit going on. I'm talking horns, chicks with black tongues, stuff come out of the mouths. They even say, like, how much would you sacrifice? Probably a soul. Next is Blumhouse. Jason Blum came out in a Freddy Fazbear costume. It was actually kind of funny. Great looking costume. Couldn't move. Very awkward, but he was trying to sell the fact that he loves dressing up, and, the crowd kind of got a little kick out of it. We got our first ever trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now, the thing is, it just released online as well, so by the time you're watching this, you should have access to it. They made a very good point to say PG-13 and that Gen Z grew up watching this. Now, I am not necessarily a PG-13 guy, and as beautiful as I may look on this camera, I am not of the era of Gen Z, so this is absolutely not my movie. I don't have kids. I didn't get the first one. Matthew Lillard's back. It seems that these possessed animatronics are running amok among the town. We see him attack a school in different parts of the city, I should say. I honestly, I at least like the idea of them getting out, but I'm the worst person to ask if this looks authentic. The first one was a giant success. This one will probably do as well, so I would say expect a Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Next on Blumhouse's list was The Black Phone 2. Robert Cargill, Scott Derrickson, Ethan Hawke, all back in a sequel that seems odd in its existence, but I will say right now that the trailer did something that I wish most sequels would do, which is go in a completely different direction. I'm always nervous about them telling the same story twice, and even if a wild swing obviously misses, I always prefer that. They did the one thing I always wanted to do. It takes place in high school years for Madeline McGraw and Mason Thames. They're back again, same with Ethan Hawke, but super strange. So there's this awesome iconic imagery of this solo phone booth in the middle of this winter forest. When the phone rings, Mr. Mason grabs it, and who is it? It's Ethan Hawke's The Grabber. And has a cool line saying, "You of all people should know that dead is just a word." So it looks like Ethan Hawke's character is going the Freddy Krueger route. We get a lot of quick images and flashes, so it's hard to kind of put this all together, but we get the feeling that he's in either some sort of purgatory or hell for all I know, but the fact that he could still attack and affect the real world. The second part that got me, now listen, this kid of the 80s, I grew up with a lot of Friday the 13th. I'd say it's one of my favorite film franchises. This takes place at a youth summer camp, or at least that is the big setting, the big investigation, looking for these three missing kids. So we got Snowy Wonderland, a youth camp, and Mr. Ethan Hawke messing with kids, hurting, maybe even killing from beyond the grave. Next is a sequel to M3GAN. M3GAN 2. Okay, listen, I'm not the target audience. I'm going to be very clear about this. I hated the first one. I thought it was built around a viral TikTok dance. Obviously it was shot as an R and then kind of watered down to PG-13. I thought it was corny. I thought it was lame. People loved it, but me, I didn't get the schlock value. I didn't find it interesting. I didn't find it fun. I couldn't laugh at it. It's not so bad it's good. It's not so cool it's interesting. It's just, I don't know. Listen, if you're 13, fantastic. I hope you have a good time. I got my own problems. This is, it's taking an interesting turn. So it looks like we're bringing McGraw back, slightly older, obviously, in the sequel. And M3GAN has been put in what I would describe as a little Alexa with a face. Seems to be super witty, talking a lot of smack. I don't know. There's a lot of humor in this trailer. She's just being kind of cute, I tried to kill you. Ha ha ha. Awesome. I'm laughing. You're laughing. Fantastic. I love it. Let's just make it a comedy. But there is a new AI that was built from M3GAN's original concept or original version, right? That's now going around killing people. So named Amelia, she becomes the big antagonist, meaning what is going to happen with M3GAN? Well, she tried to kill her family. She's now the protagonist. Yes, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2, she's become the good guy. And I love my humor. Trust me, I love it. Just take everything and make it a joke. She's like, I'm sorry that I tried to kill you. Ha ha ha. The entire thing. People are laughing. I don't know. I think I'm in hell. I don't know. I don't really get this. I think for a certain crowd, they're going to love this. It's going the action route, so I think there is a chance you might get some fun fight scenes. There seems to be some sort of futuristic lab that Amelia and M3GAN are breaking through walls and doing stuff like that. But again, it was a horror movie, and now it's an action movie that seems to be leaning a lot on the humor. Does that sound good to you? If it does, M3GAN 2 is for you. James Wan came on stage with Mr. Jason Blum, talked about the partnership, working together, and announcing essentially a spin-off of M3GAN called Soulmate. And here's the best part, there is an 8 in that too. So like Fantastic Four with a 4, Soulmate with an 8, already a good sign. It's gonna be great. So it's essentially like Companion. Instead of a doll like M3GAN for a kid, we now get essentially a sex robot for an adult. Only this robot becomes jealous and possessive. Now, hold on. Have you heard this before? It sounds familiar. And then kills everybody in proximity to said boyfriend to protect it. Almost like there's a little bit of jealousy. I'm in the wrong business. I've decided that. I've made it clear. They're just remaking M3GAN. I can't hate the game. I think it's gonna make money. There's a couple cool scenes. Sullivan from Evil Dead Rise, she plays the sex robot. She like sticks her high heel in this guy's jaw and breaks it off. But again, it's gonna be PG-13. I mean, I would almost be more interested if you went like this hardcore R-rated route. I'm talking excessive nudity, excessive blood and gore. Maybe almost Grindhouse. We know that Blumhouse's big thing is, cheap budgets, PG-13, butts and seats. So it's M3GAN. We've seen it before. Soulmate, like M3GAN 2, is a fun PG-13 romp that I think is definitely going to get some people excited. I wish I could have been that person, but I got to give you the truth. Interesting night. I'm definitely more excited for him, absolutely. And Black Phone 2 looks like it's going the Freddy Krueger route, which makes me excited. So we shall see, guys. Next, we got one more day coming up with Cinemacon, guys, 2025. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage. Me and Chris Bunbury have been working our butts off, staying up late, so it means the world to us that you watch. Please like, subscribe, let us know your comments. Let me know if M3GAN 2 is exciting to you. Let me know if M3GAN's your favorite movie, Give me a little hell if you can. I can take it.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.